Hey guys, my name is Tanya Bostic, and I am a Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus. And I started my journey in 2016, in January 2016, and I came to Plexus with health concerns. I had absolutely no vision of doing the business whatsoever, which probably sounds silly. But that's where I was at. And I was just really lucky that my girlfriend, Julie Kilcollins, reached out to me one night and asked me if she could give me a call so she could talk to me about these products. So let me explain to you what my issues were. I had issues with my health, with my hormonal health specifically. I had endometriosis since I was a child or a young girl. And after the birth of my second child, I had my period for 2 years. I had very few days where I wasn't flowing. And honestly, it was very uncomfortable. I had a lot of pain. And there were a lot of embarrassing moments where I had accidents. I had to bring supplies and extra clothes everywhere I went, which means that I was limited to what I could do as well. So, for example, a trip to the beach was kind of a nightmare for me. Or even just doing other little things with my daughter, taking her to the park, or I'm a runner wanting to go running with a stroller and finding myself stuck. So it was just a real, it was really hard. And honestly, my outward appearance really showed it. I was very bloated, lots of inflammation, and I had some really poor coloring. I was very pale. I had splotches all over my face, and my hair was all dried out. And I just felt yucky. I had no energy. I was very tired. I didn't sleep properly because of the discomfort. So, and on it goes. It was just a really rough time in my life. And so when Julie reached out to me, I really wanted to listen because I really trusted her and I knew that she would only show me the right way. However, I was still skeptical of the products, even though I trusted Julie a lot. And she invited me to go to this thing called an opportunity meeting, which is basically a live meeting to see the products, ask questions, and so on. So I went to this opportunity meeting in Moncton. I live in Sackville, which is about a half an hour more northward in New Brunswick. And I went to this, or south, sorry. So anyway, I went to this meeting and I was blown away by what I heard. Julie had done a great job of explaining the gut health piece to me, but the whole idea behind every single product and being able to see them in real life. And there were some health testimonials that night. Actually, Colleen Fraser was one of those, and she just has such a tremendous story. And I met her that evening. And it was just such a great night and a great opportunity for me to learn. So I went home feeling much better about my earlier felt skepticism, and actually called Julie on the way home and had made the decision that night. Okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm gonna take the triplex and go with the gut health products like she suggested. So that was, let's see, I started taking my products not long after that. So a couple weeks later. And so that was very late January, very early February, 2016. And I am really happy and excited to let you know that I now have normal periods, that endometriosis is not plaguing my life anymore. When I say normal, I mean 28 days like clockwork, I get my period. Bam. It's awesome. I love it. So I have really enjoyed the benefits of the gut health products for that reason. Now, a spinoff to all of that is that my Meniere's, which is like if you've ever had any vertigo issues, then you know what I mean by vertigo. It's such a problem with your balance. Meniere's kind of takes it a step further. And there's so much gravity that you can't move. You can't, especially without vomiting. It causes lots of nausea. So I had Meniere's, and it was really scary because I never would know what I was up against in terms of like, if I'm going to have a spell, you can have them anywhere. And so I had some embarrassing moments at school where I had to be taken by ambulance to the hospital and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm really proud and happy and elated and all that stuff to say that I don't have those Meniere's problems anymore. They're absolutely gone. I haven't had an episode since May 2016. That's huge, very huge. Also, the ganglion cysts between my fingers, gone. What did I take? That's what people always ask me. I took the triplex to start, then I added the X Factor Plus, And at the time, it was called the X Factor, actually. So just a brief little talk about these products. The Slim is a blood sugar balancer. It balances your lipids, your cholesterol, and your blood pressure, designed for the type 2 diabetic. The original Slim, which is what I started on, this is newly reformulated Slim, which I now take. It was designed for the type 2 diabetic. It helped them get control of their blood sugars. And when our blood sugars are out of whack, even if we're not diabetics, and by the way, we all have that issue, we end up with cravings and energy crashes throughout our day and all kinds of other things that are just nuts. So if you have problems sleeping, if you have cravings every day at the same time, if you're always craving that nap too, not just food, but a nap later in the day, or even mid-morning, or even before lunch or after lunch, then you have some blood sugar highs and lows throughout your day. We all do. The Plexus Slim helps us to balance that out, though, and it helps for a more sustained energy for the day. So this Plexus Slim combined with the Bio Cleanse and the ProBio 5 really helped me. The ProBio 5 is our probiotic. It's amazing. It has 5 live strains of good bacteria, and it also has enzymes in it that help crack the code of the bad bacteria. Literally, we all have this buildup of bad bacteria, and not just any probiotic is going to be able to penetrate it and help dissipate it and help break it up. This product does. If you want, send me a message if you're interested. I will send you my probiotic experiment that I've done in its video format. It's really neat to see over the course of about 19 hours what happens to what the ProBio 5 can do. I use milk just sort of as a neutralizer, but it's really neat. You can see what it does. So this helps to get stuff ready to get it out, because guess what? My Meniere's and my hormone imbalances were directly as a result of bad balance in my lower intestinal tract that I didn't even know I had. We want to have 20% bad bacteria and 80% good bacteria in our lower intestinal tract. When we don't have that, our immune system is affected, our mental health is affected, and that's why I was having such issues. Okay, so this is going to help break it up, and the Bio Cleanse is going to help get it out. So I'm just going to get real here. We can have 30 pounds of poop in our lower intestinal tract. We can, and some people do. We want to have as much output as we have input. The Bio Cleanse, again, helps us to get rid of that bad bacteria that's been mulched up to get ready to get it out of there. It is not a Hollywood cleanse. It's not going to send you to the bathroom for hours at a time or make it so that you can't go places. It is actually very gentle, and it keeps people who are constipated, it'll keep them regular, but its intent is to get rid of the bad bacteria. This Bio Cleanse is also a magnesium supplement, and when you put it together with the enzymes that are in the ProBio 5, it's like they powerhouse together. So they're an absolute necessity to take together. I do have some people who have some bowel issues who don't take the Bio Cleanse, who just take the ProBio 5, and sometimes that will happen, but for the most part, we encourage people to take both together. And I certainly do. I take 2 ProBio 5 before bed. I take 2 Bio Cleanse mid-morning. I take 2 Bio Cleanse a little bit later in the day. And then I take my 2 ProBio 5 at nighttime. Okay, so they really work together. They synergize well together. Okay, so this is the combo that I started with, and then I added our multivitamin, and I think that was the reason that I really started to have, that started to allow me to actually be nourished, because I was just depleting everything in my body. So it allowed me to be nourished, and it made me feel so good. And from there, I started adding other products. So I always also take the Ease and the Nerve, because I have some back issues, some bulging discs in my upper and lower back, and some osteoarthritis in my neck. So I do take those products religiously, faithfully. I love them. They've seen me out of flare-ups, and they're great. But it's interesting, because after I had been with Plexus for a couple of months and people started seeing differences in me, they started asking questions. They were asking questions about, like, what are you doing? You look so much better. And part of it was, really aesthetic. Unfortunately, sometimes people they can only see what they can see, right? So, my coloring was better. My skin definitely looks better. And I had more pep in my step. My moods were better. And I was losing some inches. So people were noticing that as well. And so people would ask me, what are you doing? So when you want to share, you always want to share with your friends, right? Like new restaurant, new this, new that. I actually hadn't shared anything about Plexus with my friends. But when they started noticing the positive changes, I was quick to say, yeah, well, this is the only thing I'm doing differently. It's this Plexus stuff. So my friends are like, I want that. I want what you've got. And so I went back to Julie and I said, I got people who want to buy the product from you. She said, nope, they're going to buy it from you and you're going to get your products for free and probably more. And so that I never paid for a product ever again. And my whole family, by the way, takes Plexus. The kids, they share a pink drink every morning and they take the Probio 5 and the X Factor. And my hubby and I both take the Triplex and we both take the X Factor Plus. Like I mentioned, I take the Ease and the Nerve, and I on and again, off again, take the Accelerator Plus and swap it out with the Boost. We both take the Block every day. And the creams, the Ease cream, I use that along with the capsules, and also we use the Plexus body cream too because we like it. So but I've never ever paid for my products again, and I've been able to pay for daycare, car payments, all the fun things I did with my family this summer. Plexus paid for that too, and I have quite a savings that I've accumulated with my Plexus money. So how do I manage to work full-time as a music teacher and run my Plexus business? I do it quite literally, and you've probably heard lots of people say this, through the nooks and crannies of my day. So I do not cheat. I don't Plexus while I'm at work unless it's downtime and everybody's busy doing something. So if everybody's having lunch before a rehearsal, I grab my phone and I might send out a few messages or answer a message or something. I pre-program all my posts for when I'm at work so that I don't have to be thinking about that. They're not going to be very authentic if I'm just throwing one up there for the sake of throwing one up there. So I don't post that way. I pre-plan my posts, and I do that a week at a time. And I do it to my personal page, to my business page, and to my team pages that I have. And my prospecting and my sharing with other people and my learning all happens when my kids go to bed at night. And no, I don't stay up crazy, crazy late, and I'm not dragging my bones around the next day. I'm just really, really, really focused when I'm doing it. And why would I do that? Because I have a big goal and I know that it's important and I know I'm going to get there, and I know that it's not going to happen by itself. I know I have to do the daily things in order for me to reach that goal. So the daily things that I'm talking about are things that you probably have heard lots about. I'm going to say this term, income producing activities. So income producing activities are things that you do every single day that generate income or potentially can generate income. So that means posting on Facebook. That means following up with at least 2 people every single day if you can. If not, bulk it up every few days and do several, but make sure you're following up with people very often. I can't believe how many times I've had a conversation with somebody and they said, oh yeah, I forgot about that person. Find a way to keep track of who you need to reach back out to and make sure you do the follow-up. The key to this business is in the follow-up. Following up just means that if you've got a conversation going with somebody, you don't let it stagger off. You bring it back every single time. And if you're looking for tips and tricks on how to follow up, there's tons of them on YouTube by some really great ambassadors. By the way, everything I'm talking about in this video is stuff I'm duplicating from people who do it, who make it work, who are successful in this business. So following up every day, prospecting or reaching out to as many people as you can every day. If it's 1, absolutely great. If you reach out to 5 people, great. The more people you reach out to, the closer you're going to get to a yes, and that's what we're going for. I'll be honest with you, some days I reach out to 25 people, and some days I reach out to 5 people. It depends on what's going on in my life. It depends on, if I have the capability to even do it based on where we are and what we're up to. But I certainly would recommend that, if you want to go somewhere with this and you really want to create some income with Plexus, the compensation plan is incredible. And it is very, very possible to do it. Okay. I ranked to senior gold by just doing those daily things. That's all I did. And I'm very close to Ruby at this point, and I'm still doing those daily things. Some things that I did 8 months ago are resulting in people sending me a message all of a sudden going, okay, I'm ready. And I'm like, what? It happens though. It happens a lot. And it didn't happen to me at the beginning. It happens now. So everything you do now will affect your business 30, 60, 90, 120 days from now. All right, well, I hope you found some value in this video tonight. I hope that it helps you with either your starting steps or your continuing steps with your business. Yeah, I just hope you have a great night. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.